Okay guys, in this video I'm going to show you how to turn a long-haul airline flight into a spa experience. Okay, now keep in mind if you're riding in steerage like I do, third class, way in the back of the plane, nowhere near first class or business class, you're still going to be cramped in a little spot, and that's not going to change. Even if you have the footrest that hangs over the tray table like everybody has, I have one of those, and it really is a game changer, but it's not going to make you feel like you're in first class. However, you're going to have a decidedly better experience, and I guarantee if you're not used to sleeping on an airplane, you will at least get some sleep if you use this method. And you don't have to use drugs, you don't have to use melatonin or any of that stuff. Just maybe try the things that I have in this bag, okay? And I can't guarantee because everybody's different, but I have to say, I'm one of those people, it's really hard for me to sleep, especially on an airplane because it's so cramped and everything, but I will get at least several hours of sleep with this system. All right, so first of all, this bag is holding a neck pillow, among other things, but the brand is triple of the neck pillow, and to me, this is the best neck pillow by far. I know a lot of people have those ones now that hold your head in place and they attach to your headrest. I can't sleep like that because my head slips down out of the thing. Like, I have to have my neck completely held in place or else, because my head bobs from side to side. I can't use that turtle pillow, you know, where you just have on one side, because my head flops and my head flops forward. So I have to like literally be in traction. And this is by far the best neck pillow, because another thing about it is I'm similar to this girl right here. We got chicken necks. I got little tiny neck, and most neck pillows are made for men for some reason. And so they don't adjust down any farther than that. And my neck is more like that. So the one thing I like about this triple pillow is that it comes in a small, medium, and large. And I have the small. It might even be extra small, I'm not sure. But anyways, this is the one I like. All right, now another thing that's cool about this is all this stuff that is in here. You can clip this to the outside of your bag and it doesn't count as extra luggage because it's your neck pillow. All right, so let's go ahead and see what is inside my spa package. All right, so first of all, I have my trusty Bose headphones. I don't travel with Bluetooth headphones because that's an extra thing to charge, and I don't want to have a whole ton of things that I need to charge on my trip. I don't even travel with a laptop. I leave all my work at home when I travel, and the only thing I need to charge is my phone. However, I will say that these headphones, I do have to charge. One little thing about them, because they are noise canceling, but they charge really quickly and they hold their charge for like years. So this is really not, I will charge this thing and then I will travel for a year, multiple trips, and not have to charge it again. So anyways, that being said, these are not Bluetooth because they just plug straight into the jack, the 3.5 jack on the airplane. And I've never upgraded them because that's still the system that airplanes use. And even if you have that adapter for the Bluetooth headphones, it still is required to go into that 3.5. My other thing about having wired headphones is the fact that if one of them falls out of your ear, you don't lose it on the floor, you know? So I actually like having the wire. You're so close to the screen in front of you that it's not really an advantage to have Bluetooth, you know? It's like this wire goes way farther than the screen and where I'm gonna be, you know? So this is plenty of wire that I don't need Bluetooth. All right, so I like these, and because they have noise canceling, that's going to add to my spa experience because it cancels out all of the background noise, all of the people talking, all of the babies crying. And also, I find it's really helpful to have noise canceling, because then when I'm watching TV, I don't have to turn the volume up really loud. I can turn it down so I'm not blowing my eardrums out, you know? So that's another advantage about noise canceling. So whether you get Bose, I mean, you don't have to have Bose, but I would recommend getting a decent pair of wired headphones for airline travel, and then just use those on your trip. Like, obviously my phone doesn't have a 3.5 anymore, so I have this adapter that will, if I need to use my phone to listen to my phone, I can plug into my phone that way. So that's a helpful thing to have. And then another thing that I have in this little tiny case is my charging cord, and it has micro USB, lightning cable, and USB-C ends on it, and I just keep that all together. Anyways, for the spa experience, I'm going to have my headphones in with noise canceling on, and so just pretend like those are in my ears. Okay, anyways. All right, now, next thing is you want to have a decent eye mask. All right, and I know a lot of influencers, like this is the Temu version of that Manta eye mask, where these can adjust to your eyes. And these are nice because if you have makeup on or false eyelashes, the eye cups are deep enough that they don't interfere with your makeup on an airplane. But the thing I don't personally like is that I don't like when my ears are cold when I sleep. I know that's weird, but I like this eye mask because it goes completely around your eyes and your ears. And I know I'm weird, I like that. And it's blackout, so I like that. Now I'm gonna show you how the spa experience works in a second. This is not for the plane, but I did want to show this to you because if you're talking about well-being and things like that, whenever you get to your destination, I discovered these on Temu, and what this is now, and it does look a little weird, but it goes over your lips like that, and it attaches over the top of your head and attaches behind your head. And what this does is it's dual purpose, actually triple purpose. First of all, it cuts down on snoring. So because it has this little strip here and here, for some reason it keeps your mouth from opening and dropping open. And then you have support under your chin, which also keeps your mouth from falling open. So it cuts down on snoring. So snoring is actually, there's two problems with it. First of all, it's annoying to people around you, but it's also not good for your health to breathe through your mouth. Like, I've been reading Sustain Me by Barbara O'Neill, and she's a big advocate on nose breathing. Mouth breathing is really bad, and it actually causes a lot of health problems. You don't have any control over how you breathe at night, so if you wear one of these things, it keeps your mouth shut and it forces you to breathe through your nose. Another advantage to this is over time, it's going to keep your chin in place so that you don't get that turkey neck. And it keeps your, that's the way they sell it, is like it gives you that V-line face. So what's really cool about this is it's only like 78 cents on Temu. So I've bought like a ton of them, and then I just wash them out. If you wash them out in the morning, they're dry by nighttime, and you can wear them again and it's clean. So anyways, you might not want to wear that on the plane, but you might want to wear it in your everyday life. And if you're traveling, you can pack this down and it takes up like no room. So it's a good it's for your health and it's for beauty, Another thing that I have in here, and I've shown you this before, but this is my travel scarf that also doubles as a travel blanket. It unfolds to a massive amount. It's like a huge, almost square. So, and I've told you before in past videos, you can use this item as a sarong bathing suit cover up. You can use it as a scarf, like literally if you're going somewhere cold, use it as a scarf. And then obviously on the plane for our spa experience, we're going to use it as a blanket. And you know, if you really want to cut out the world around you, you can put it over your head. And especially if you're wearing this and you don't want people to see you looking dorky, you can put this over your head, and it's thin enough you can breathe through it, but it just gives you a little privacy and whatever. If you don't want to do that, you can use it as a blanket. All right, so that's cool too. All right, now I've shown you this, my neck pillow a billion times, but let's look at it again because I love it, love it, love it. So it looks like this, okay? You can see it's really small, which is really nice because it actually goes around my neck and it fits snugly. It snaps in place right there. If you need to adjust it, you can adjust it with these little adjusters. And I pull it down as tight as it'll possibly go. And what I like about it is even though there's a little bit of a gap right there, if I just turn it just a little bit to the side, if my head falls forward, it doesn't fall through the middle. You know, I don't put my chin right here because it'll fall through the middle. So I just turn it slightly. So if my head falls a little bit forward, it's still supported. But you can see it like supports all the way around your neck, and it's smushy on the outside, but there's this piece in the middle that's a little bit firmer that, and you can take this off if you want to wash this outer part, because I always wash stuff after I take a trip because I just don't like germs, you know. So I like that you can remove the outside part. But anyways, so that's going to keep your head in place no matter if you're aside or if you fall forward or backward. It's going to keep that space between your head and your neck and keep your spine straight, which I really need that. I like that. All right, so what's going to really make this a spa experience? Well, if you don't want to listen to music, here's earplugs, okay? But you know, after you're done eating and you want to start getting sleepy and ready for bed, here's a little, this is a biocollagen face mask. Now, some people don't like putting these face masks on because they think they look a little weird, but a lot of people have been doing this because airplanes are so dry, so drying, and so you can put this face mask. It's like paper mask, and it has holes for your eyes, nose, and mouth, and you can put that over and it will moisturize your face. But while you're doing that, after you put this mask on, here's a really cool item that I found on Temu called Steam Eye Mask. Now, that sounds a little scary. Don't worry, you're not gonna be like steaming your eyes and boiling your eyes. This is one that I've already used, that's why it's open. But all you have to do, the directions are in Chinese, so all you have to do, it's really easy, is you just open it and slide the eye mask out, and it looks like this. You unfold it, and then all you do is open these parts out and put them straight over your eyes, and you take these loops and put them over your ears. And as soon as you open it, it starts to get warm. And don't worry, it doesn't get hot enough to like boil your eyes. But I was scared of this because it says Steam Eye Mask. So I've had these for a few weeks and I haven't used them, but I was like, let me just try them and see if they're worth making a video about. They are so worth making a video about, you guys. Like, the package says that they stay hot, or stay warm, not hot, warm for like 20 to 30 minutes. But literally this eye mask stayed warm for over an hour. And I just laid on the bed and put this over my eyes. And it was so relaxing, like I fell right to sleep and I wasn't even that tired. So, and here's another thing about it is you can see these are the parts that heat up. And again, when I say heat up, they don't get super hot, but it gets so nice and warming. I don't know what's in it. I hope it's not really bad chemicals. I don't know. But here's another thing you could do is you could rip this apart and you could put each one of these into your Manta eye mask and then sleep with that like that. That's another option you could do. Or if you're scared about putting it over your eyes, which I don't know what it is about warming your eyes, but it really helps you go to sleep. If you don't want to wear it over your eyes, like you could also scoot it up a little bit and put it over your forehead. And this is like kind of, you know, when you're at the spa or whatever, you get like in a hot tub. The reason that hot tubs are soothing and why they're good for your health is because what you're doing is you're literally, a hot bath, you're literally inducing a fever. That's what you're doing. You're inducing a fever on your body. And because that's another reason like cardio is good for your health, is because when you heat your body up, you're inducing a fever on your system, which helps to release toxins. That's why your body, when you're sick, you get a fever, is because your body's trying to release those toxins and fight that bacteria and the viruses. So you can, while you're sitting there on an airplane, have a little fever-inducing health spa time and have your little real eye mask over this. And oh, another option is if you are scared of putting it over your eyes, you could rip this apart, and like if your hands are cold, you can use it for hand warmers. So that's another option. So and it'll stay warm for, like these stayed warm for I think almost 2 hours. They're actually even a little warm right now. There's like beads inside or something. You know, like I think they are similar to those hand warmers that you can buy like if you're hiking or whatever. But I don't know, it's soothing, especially if the airplane is freezing. This would be a really nice thing to do and pamper yourself while you're sitting there in steerage in a little cramped space. You can be listening to some soothing music and having a little spa experience. So anyways, that's my video for today on how to make your long haul flight more enjoyable. And so I hope you have a great day. I hope this gave you some ideas.